the cool down on the way. It is going to be so
Yeah.
hot today, and it's been so hot. We're all looking forward to a break.
Yeah, we've been looking forward to this particular cold front for
Yes.
a while now, and it looks even stronger than what it previously did before. Now, outside right now, it is very hot. In fact, temperatures already well into the 90s. We've got the heat advisory for basically all along and east of I-35 this afternoon. At times, it could feel more like 108 degrees at its peak later this afternoon. Not quite there just yet. This is our Guthrie camera. Putter Pike Pass Skycam Network. Blue skies were at 96 degrees. A southwest wind at 17 miles an hour. Feels more like 99, though. Already, we're at 100 degrees in Guthrie, also in Kingfisher. But behind the cool front, temperatures in the 70s out in Cimarron County, but lots of 80s and low 90s in the northwest, while the rest of us are burning up quite a bit. Upper 90s to around 100. So here's where the cold front is. Behind it, it's more of a north to northeast wind between about 10 to 20 miles an hour. Out ahead of it, we still have that southwest wind between about 10 to 20. So the front, it's slowly making its way south. However, it's going to take some time. In fact, it looks like for this afternoon, it may stall out just to the north of us before eventually sliding all the way into the rest of the state by the time we get into later this evening. Now, as far as rain is concerned, not expecting a whole lot with this particular front. It does look like probably after about 3 or 4 o'clock, we should start to see some isolated showers and storms pop up along this cold front. Notice even about 7 o'clock, some of the latest data still shows it just kind of right in the middle of Oklahoma County. But eventually this evening, it should start to make its way farther south. Rain and storms still a possibility, but overnight and into tomorrow morning, the higher probabilities actually move to the Panhandle and in parts of northwest Oklahoma. So this particular front not expected to bring us a whole lot of rain, but the bigger part of this particular storm system is going to be the cool down, and behind it, temperatures dropping down into the 70s and 80s for many of us. That's going to last for a couple of days until we get into this weekend. It does look pretty hot again. Temperatures back into the 90s. Some data trying to bring in a shower storm or two maybe as we get into Saturday into Sunday. Right now I'm going dry. It looks a lot warmer, highs in the 90s. But by the time we get into early next week, now a lot of the data is actually agreeing with more rain and storms Monday, Tuesday, possibly into Wednesday. And it looks even cooler with highs in the 70s, even here in Oklahoma City. So we do have some pretty big changes on the way. So how much rain are we looking at? Well, again, with this first front that will be moving through, not expecting a whole lot out of that for most of us, especially here in the metro. Some of the latest data only bringing maybe around 1/100 of an inch at the airport. Maybe a little bit more to the north and east, around 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch, maybe around 1/4 of an inch in parts of northwest Oklahoma, and a little bit more out in the Panhandle. But by the time we get this next storm system to move in by early next week, it looks to be more of a rainmaker for us. So anywhere from 1 to maybe even a couple of inches in parts of the state, especially just east of I-35. So today, the cool front, it's going to make its way south ever so slowly. Out ahead of it, 102 degrees is where we're going to end up today. This afternoon, any one location along and north of I-40 has a slight chance of isolated showers and storms. This evening, though, the chances do go up a little bit more as the cold front makes its way into the metro. Looks a lot more likely, though, out in the Panhandle. And then overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning, the chances still look higher just to the north and into the Panhandle. Temperatures drop down into the upper 60s in the north and west, about 71 here in Oklahoma City. We're going to have that nice north wind. That nice north wind is going to stick with us for another day or so. So 84 tomorrow afternoon in Oklahoma City, but 73 in Enid, 73 in Ponca City, 77 in Alva, 79 in Woodward. Keeping a slight chance of rain and storms, mainly along and north of I-40 tomorrow afternoon. Higher chances in eastern Oklahoma. Thursday, we're still doing pretty good. Below normal, 86 degrees in Oklahoma City, 86 in Ponca City, and about 84 Thursday afternoon in Ada. We're going to warm up for the weekend. Overall, it pretty much looks dry, but rain and storms return by early next week with even cooler highs.